Today, you're going to learn how to make the most sensational Brazilian churros ever. I know you've probably had churros in many places, but get ready for a flavor explosion that will make you ask for more. Imagine that moment when you bite into the churro and the crunchiness mixes with the creaminess inside, creating a unique experience. You'll feel the sweetness melting in your mouth, with that special touch only Brazilian churros have, and the best part, it's super easy to make. You don't need to be a kitchen master to nail this recipe. It will be faster than you think, and you'll have that satisfied smile on your face. When your friends or family try it, they won't believe how something so simple can taste so amazing. Curious to know how to make it? Stick with me, and I'll show you the step-by-step to make this irresistible churro. For this recipe, we'll need 300 grams of all-purpose flour, 200 milliliters of water, 50 grams of butter, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of sugar, 1 egg, oil for frying, 200 grams of granulated sugar, 1 tablespoon of cinnamon powder, a pan, a wooden spoon, a piping bag or plastic bag, and a large skillet or pan for frying. Now that we have all the ingredients ready, let's get started. The secret to a good churro begins with mixing the water, butter, and salt. When you put these ingredients in the pan, make sure the butter melts completely before adding the flour. Here's the trick. The butter will create a creamy base and ensure that the dough remains light, almost airy when frying. Meanwhile, the aroma filling your kitchen will leave you speechless, already imagining the incredible flavor to come. Now, with the pan on medium heat, it's time to add the flour. This will create a thicker mixture, almost like bread dough, but the trick here is to stir carefully and make sure it doesn't burn at the bottom. The texture should be smooth without lumps. At a certain point, the dough will pull away from the sides of the pan, which is the perfect signal for you to turn off the heat. Then comes the magic. Let the mixture rest for a few minutes to avoid cooking the egg when you add it. When you incorporate it, make sure it makes the dough softer, more elastic, and with a texture that will melt in your mouth. Combining all these elements is what guarantees the perfect churro. Once the dough has rested, it's time to shape the churros. Here, you'll use a piping bag or a plastic bag if you don't have one, to give that classic churro shape. Important. Make sure the bag is firm, so the dough doesn't escape from any side. When pressing the dough out of the bag, the shape should come out perfectly with that signature churro design. The trick here is to cut the tip of the bag to the right size so that each churro is the perfect thickness, not too thick or too thin. The hardest part is waiting for the oil to reach the right temperature for frying. The oil needs to be hot but not boiling. If you drop a small piece of dough in and it rises to the surface quickly, then it's the perfect temperature. Fry the churros in batches, turning them so they become golden and crispy on all sides. Once they're perfect, remove them from the oil and immediately place them in the sugar and cinnamon mixture. This will make your churro even more irresistible. Now comes the most delicious part, tasting. The Brazilian churro has that incredible crunch on the outside and a soft interior that perfectly combines with the sugar and cinnamon. The flavor will be mouth-watering, that perfect balance between sweet and salty, and the sensation of eating something that feels like it was made by a pastry master. When you cut the churro, what will you find inside? A light dough, but with that homemade touch, like it was made at the neighborhood bakery, with care and dedication. The smell will fill your kitchen, and if you're making it for someone, prepare to be crowned the chef of the day. When you try it, you'll see that all the patience was worth it. The churro is delicious on its own, but if you want to take it up a notch, how about filling it with dulce de leche or Nutella? You could also add some vanilla ice cream inside, creating a flavor explosion that will win anyone over. If you like fruits, a combo that always works is filling it with strawberries or even caramelized bananas. And don't forget a cup of coffee or tea to pair with this treat. It'll be the perfect combination. So what do you think? Now that you've learned how to make this sensational Brazilian churro, imagine the feeling of serving it to everyone and seeing their approving looks. The crunchiness, the creaminess inside, the sugar and cinnamon mix, all of it will create a unique experience, and each bite will be an explosion of flavor. Don't forget to like, comment, and share the video with friends who are also fans of a good recipe. If you want more amazing recipes like this one, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you don't miss any updates. Thanks!